we're back with another video on the 335i E91. I'm in a much better mood filming this video than the way I left part 1 at the end there. I was close to tears. The reason why I'm in such a good mood is because I've stumbled across what I think is the issue. So I went to take the battery out and this is what I found. I wish I found this earlier because it would have saved me a few quid, but when I've taken the battery out of there, I've had to disconnect this wire from in there, and as you can see there's no connection on the end of that. It's pulled right out of its connector, and where have I put the connector for it? In my pocket. So when I went to try and take that nut off, to take that connection off, the full thing's just totally snapped off, and as you can see down there, it's not the nicest. So I'm hoping that's my issue, but what I'm going to do now is get this back wheel off, get the wheel arch liner out and see what the wiring's like in behind that, and hopefully this will fix the car and we can get it out on the road, because I've never driven one of these cars before, so it'll be good to fix it and drive it for the first time and do a wee review and a walk around of it and just talk about the things that have yet to come with this, things that still need fixed and whatnot. But aye, anyway, let's get the back wheel off and see what we can find. Oh, look at the state of that, man. A wee bit of rust. But what do you expect on a 2008 BMW? As you can see, that is no bueno. So it goes right down there. So I think in the morning I shall come out and cut that and head to the auto store and auto store, what do you think? I'm American. Head to the parts suppliers in town. I've been watching too much YouTube and that's stuck in my head. Aye, head into town and get some fittings tomorrow to cut, peel that back, reconnect it all in a wee grommet to stick through there and just make it a wee bit cleaner. But so that's one issue. I believe that is going to be my main issue with the water pump. But since taking off the wheel arch lining, I have noticed a nice hole. So we'll need to get the MIG out as well, get that all cut out, get it all plated up. And I knew when I bought the car it needed a subframe. The subframe's not the cleanest, but it's alright for now. The only issue was this strengthening bar here, which is rotten. So that will be getting replaced before we get it in for an MOT, and all this will be welded up as well. So aye, at least we're getting somewhere now with the water pump. I'm happy with that. So I think I'm going to call it a day for today. Head in, get my dinner, and I'll see you in the morning. Day two of this video. It's about day 3,969. But I've been and got some bits to sort. The wiring, I shall show you underneath the car first. So off camera, just earlier before I headed out to get some bits, I cut the old connection off of the wire up here, and up here is the cable tray for it. So I've just cut the cable ties out there, gave me a bit more extra on this cable here, because when I cut that end off there was about another inch of wiring that was still all corroded inside. So I've cut that back to clean wire and then just pulled it out so that I can get a good crimp onto there. I've just had to go and buy a cheap set of jump leads because it's the same gauge. Well, it's roughly the same gauge of cable, if a bit thicker. So I'll just cut that wire, use that, and then these wee metal crimps with some heat shrinks over it. So we'll get the camera set, and some grommets there. I started off by cutting the length of cable that I needed and stripping it back to bare copper. I didn't actually think that my crimping pliers that I had in the box would be strong enough for these small metal crimps, so I dug out the big boys, i.e. the bolt cutters, and just slowly and gently crimped them down. And they done a not bad job, but you'll soon see that I realised that the normal standard crimpers would do the job just as well. Next up is a wee heat shrink using the blowtorch, and would you look at that, Unbelievable stuff. Now we're underneath the car and you can see that I'm using the normal crimping pliers. They've done quite a pretty good job, to be honest. Then a wee bit of faffing about because I forgot what way that the cable was routed in. And then the inevitable happened, something went wrong. Ah, shite. My grommet's not big enough. What can I do with that? Silicone. That is what we shall do. It's not pretty, but it's serving a purpose. It was a one-time thing. I got the grommet size wrong, and I didn't want to have to cut the cable back apart just to go and get the right size grommet. So the grommet's just there to stop the wire chafing on the metal. So it's serving a purpose. The silicone's also serving a purpose, holding that in. But it's looking pretty good now. Whilst that sets, I'm not going to put the battery in just now. I'll let that set. But I think we'll attack the rust next. Get this side skirt off, and then get this cut out and a patch welded in. I'm in two minds now that I'm this far into doing this. I wasn't sure if I was going to sand all this down and treat it and give it a paint. Now, I'm no painter at all, I'm a mechanic by trade, but all the arches are pretty corroded, pretty rusty. It would make sense to do it whilst I'm in here, but I think for now I'll just do the patch, get the side skirt back on, and then when I have more time I'll do all four arches, because yeah, all of them are the exact same. So let's get the grinder out and get this cut out. We're all cut out now, cleaned up, just pretty much the patch to make up, and then spot it in place, and then just weld it all the way around, and then a wee seam seal and paint. But curiosity is getting the better of me here, and I'm desperate to find out if my wee wire repair is going to actually do the job and fix everything. So I'm just going to leave the welding for now because it's getting a wee bit later on in the night. So at least it's all cleaned up, cut out, ready to weld tomorrow. Only getting a few hours a day to work on this car just because we've got a 2-week-old baby, so I need to spend some time in the house and give mum a wee break. So we'll put the welding on the back seat for now, on the back burner for now, and then I'll get this battery fired in, and fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything that is our issue with the water pump, and I'm hoping it is, because I'll be wasting my time doing this welding if that hasn't fixed it. The battery's in. I've never been so nervous for anything. I think honestly I'm making buttons in my pants now, but one can hope. This has to work. It has to work. Key in the ignition. Ignition on. Heater at full. Fan down. Foot in the pedal. Please work. Is it doing it? Oh my God! Is it? There was bubbles coming out the tank. Why has it stopped? What's going on here? What is going on here? Right, I'll come back to you. Let's try that again. What happened there? Ignitions went off. Ignition went off. Why is that? Ignition on. Foot in the floor. Oh my god! It's doing it! Yes! It's working! Oh, it's off. Is it low battery? Is that maybe why? It's supposed to take 12 minutes. No, she's going again. Oh my god, man! Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Come on! Right, I better get the battery charger on it so that the battery doesn't die. Oh my god. What? That's phenomenal, phenomenal. Now that I've calmed down, because I've been, this is now day 3, just because, like I said, we're only getting a few hours a day to work on this. But now that I've calmed down, I had a good sleep, knowing that the water pump is all sorted. I've ran the car up to temperature, had the fans blowing, everything's good, levels are fine. So that is a water pump issue put to bed at long last. I just wish I found the wiring before I went and spent all that money on the water pump and thermostat. But again, it's peace of mind knowing that it's done and it's going to be all right for the next, who knows how long, 60 to 100,000 miles, so they say. Now that that's done, we'll crack on with the welding at the back and hopefully get this thing out in the road soon. After a wee bit of cardboard aided design, I used my cardboard template just to cut out my sheet steel to then make my patch. As you can probably tell, we don't have all the proper fabrication tools, so we're making do with what we've got. The edge of the bench, a good old ball peen hammer, and my broken trusty old vise, which at some point we'll be getting a new set of jaws, but we're making do with what we've got. Now, eagle-eyed viewers will notice that there is still a wee bit of rust to sort further up above this patch, but for the video's sake, we're just doing this patch, getting it prepped, and then when we come to painting the arches, we'll sort the rest of the rust out. I know it's a wee bit rough. There's a couple of gaps there and there. I'm going to keep this all even here, and then it will start overlapping just here, just to give that a wee bit more strength. I wouldn't normally do it this way. I would take a wee bit more time, but I just want to get it done. And then what I'm going to do, I'll just weld along here, and then using my hammer, I'll just beat this into position in behind this bit here, and then I'll just tack it all the way down. And then, that should be it. I'll just cut off any edges. It's just a rough patch because it's hidden. I don't care if it looks pretty or not, or if it looks rough, which it will do because I've not spent much time on it. I just want it to clear this hole and make everything watertight. So, let's get the MIG out. There we go, it's welded in. Patch is absolutely solid. My spot welding here has caused me some paint issues, but like I said, I was going to paint all the arches anyway. But it's all done, all welded in. Now I just need to grind my welds down because they're a wee bit splattery here and there, but they're doing the job anyway. It's nice and strong. So we'll get the grinder out, grind all the welds down, kind of flattish just to tidy it up, and then I'll give it a paint with red lead. Let's get this sucker taut and get it out on the road because I'm itching to drive it. We are out on the road in the E91. absolutely buzzing, honestly. There's been a good few weeks now of just searching the web, messaging folk, messaging people on Facebook groups, stuff like that, trying to get to the bottom of the water pump issue. And it's absolutely crazy that I went through all that for it to be a broken cable at the battery. You know, so it's such a simple issue, but it's fixed. We've got heating, we've got coolant flowing. Today's a really good day. I'm like a Cheshire cat, man. Just the fact that it's on the road now. Still a lot of work to be done to it, but we're on the road. It's driving really nice. 160,000 miles this has done. The rear axle and the rear arms are horrendous. They look like they've been to the moon and back about 3 times. But all that will be getting replaced at some point, and there will be a full video on that. There's also one issue that I noticed. We'll dive into that in another video, so I won't give it too many beans out this drive just now because of this issue, but so far it sounds unreal under acceleration for a standard. Well, unreal's maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but it sounds, for a standard exhaust, it's really nice. I think it sounds quite nice in here. And then because it's got the air filters with the upgraded charge pipes, you hear it sucking and you hear it blowing, so what more could you want? But I'm just going to leave this video here. I'll do a full walk round and like a kind of review once I've got the other issue sorted. That means we can actually take it a good drag and see what it's made of. But I'll leave this video here. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, give us a wee like, a wee thumbs up, like the video, a wee comment what you thought, and give us a wee subscribe. That would be much appreciated. Thanks very much, guys. See you later on.